Hello, how have you been? I recently listened to the second of my Tom Waits binge, embarrassingly late. I was hoping to work through them a lot quicker, but yeah, after multiple weeks, I have listened to The Early Years, Volume 2. But I don't have as many thoughts as I did on the first one, really, because this is more of a compilation album with fewer exclusive songs. So, as I did with the last record, I'm only going to talk about the ones that are exclusive to this one and leave the other cuts to when I listen to their official studio releases. Speaking of, the first two tracks are I Hope I Don't Fall in Love with You and Old 55. So, I'm going to skip straight to track number 3, Mockingbird, where we get a Bob Dylan kind of style singing from Tom. It's a great delivery, actually, with some funky syncopation, and there's a lovely whistling section as well over kind of strong piano chords, which is a really nice textural development before it cuts down to a much thinner final verse, which is obviously, a really common, possibly even predictable technique, but it just works really well here. I really like this song, and the melody is gorgeous as well. Then we move into In Between Love, where we get yet another voice from Tom. It's kind of a gorgeous, airy tone. And again, his delivery is just so incredibly convincing and moving. There's a great chord progression as well, building up to his higher register, which we don't see much of, but obviously we see most commonly in this early era. And some lovely guitar picking as well. The guitar playing is on point on this record. Then we go on to Blue Skies, which, in my opinion, is one of his weaker songs. However, because it's Tom Waits, his weaker songs are still brilliant, and it is a great standalone song, but I think the reason why it doesn't resonate with me as much as the others on this record is because it's kind of more of the same topics that we've already heard a lot in Volume 1 as well. With the same kind of lost guy who doesn't have anything, and he's, lost his love as well. Repeating the same themes with Birdsong, and I feel like the melody's quite predictable as well. It just doesn't really make me feel as much in the context of the whole record, but if I was to put this on by itself, then I'd enjoy it completely, and, it's a really enjoyable listen on its own. Just possibly a bit repetitive in the grand scheme of things. Then we go on to Nobody and I Want You, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous little song. It is one of those that wouldn't work with a lesser singer, or if it was longer, for example. If it was put into the conventional 3-4 minute format, it wouldn't work. But it's the perfect length, it's the perfect singer, again just doing the perfect delivery, and the simplicity is really hammered home, and it's executed wonderfully. It's just so vulnerable, and he sings in such a transparent manner that you just feel every word he's singing, even though, I think some people might even call it cringy, the lyrics and the melody, but I'm sorry, I have to disagree with that. I just love it. Then the next 4 songs are Shiver Me Timbers, Grapefruit Moon, Diamonds on My Windshield, and Please Call Me Baby, which are later releases, which we'll get onto when we listen to the studio records. And then the final exclusive number on this record is So It Goes, where Tom is clearly in his stride as a songwriter. His guitar has been perfected, his singing His singing accompaniment is incredible. That there's such intricacy in this melody and the way he phrases lines. Oh my god, it is absolutely beautiful, and the lyrics are some of my favourite on the record as well. It's certainly one of my favourites of the record, along with possibly even I Want You. And is the perfect setup for Closing Time, by the way, his debut record. It just, listening to these chronologically, they really lead into each other well. And then we go into Old Shoes, which is the closer for this record, but not an exclusive, so... yeah, those are my thoughts on this record in general. A really, really enjoyable listen, and again, as with Volume 1, if you haven't listened to it recently, or if you're a Tom fan looking for more content, then this is really worth a listen. And I can't wait to start the official studio record with Closing Time. What a brilliant record, I can't wait to listen to it. Until then, be well, and I'll speak to you very soon. Goodbye.